Others are mentors, charged with teaching the young how to hunt.
A young meerkat is chewing on a scorpion's tail. The scorpion scuttles away.
But the most trusted of all is the sentry. With the others out foraging, heads buried under the ground, he stands vigilant, on the lookout for jackals, birds of prey, and snakes. When a threat is spotted, a warning call goes out.
A jackal approaches with its ears pricked up. The sentry is in the branches of a tree. A baby meerkat moves tentatively across the sand. The jackal stops and surveys the scene.
He'll use different alarms to identify the predator and share the level of urgency.
The dog-like jackal trots across the dry grass. The meerkat sentry keeps watch, an eagle sitting in the branches of a leafless tree. Two baby meerkats are huddled together on the sand, exposed.
A swooping eagle triggers an instant squeal.
Adult meerkats scurry across the sandy terrain.
While a faraway snake can cause a nervous chatter.
The meerkat's on its hind legs, looking round nervously.
Other calls are designed to recruit meerkats to mob.
The group of meerkats charge across the dry scrubland. A yellow cobra slithers nearby.
A swift bark from the sentry calls them into action.
They group around the snake as it rears up. One of the meerkats approaches the cobra and it darts at it, but the meerkat manages to skip back out of harm's way.
They're fearless when facing off against a venomous Cape cobra.
Again they bunch around the reptile. Again it lunges. Again they skip back. They group around it in a tight semicircle with their tails pointing upwards.
They work together to intimidate the threat.
The snake watches them for a moment, then turns slowly and slithers away.
It's all too much for the snake, who flees to easier hunting grounds.
A young meerkat clambers up the dusty slope towards the burrow, on top of which the meerkats stand on their hind legs, keeping lookout.
But meerkats aren't always up for the fight. Flight is sometimes the only option. If the sentry runs for the bolt hole, it's a signal for the troop to take cover.
The gang of meerkats scamper across the arid terrain, an eagle circling overhead. The meerkats dive into the burrow.
It's safer underground.
A meerkat has its head sticking up out of the hole, watching. An eagle sits in the leafless tree, waiting. A large orange sun lowers slowly in the evening sky. The meerkats are again out of the burrow, keeping lookout.
Vocalizations aren't just reserved for threats. A call from the matriarch can tell them it's time to go out hunting.
A meerkat digs hurriedly in the sandy ground. Hundreds of insects pour out of the hole. Another meerkat's halfway through eating a worm. Then two meerkats are fighting over a thin snake, having a tug of war with it at the base of a tree.
And a simple purr shows their affection for one another. Communication and teamwork are essential to their very survival.
A couple of meerkats are play fighting in the sand.
With over 30 vocalizations, they can carry out a range of functions as a group, including aggressive calls to mark their territory.
A group of meerkats race across the arid ground.
War can break out between rival clans. On either side of the battlefield, meerkats charge.
The gang scampers across the scrubland with their tails in the air. One of them jumps up and down excitedly as it does so.
This is a meerkat war dance.
The group slows as it reaches the top of a slope.
Each gang attempts to intimidate the other. by looking bigger. With prime real estate up for grabs, they don't mess around.
The meerkats are locked in combat, squirming and biting.
Rivals scrap with teeth and claws. Fights are vicious and can be fatal. With the invaders on the run, the gang have successfully protected their turf.
A pair of meerkat parents guard their young, who play between them. There's an aerial view of a vast section of arid scrubland dotted with trees and bushes, then a grassy plain.
The Kenyan Plains.
A giraffe strolls past a herd of zebras.
Prime hunting grounds for the area's top predators.
Throwing up a cloud of dust, wildebeest charge past a tree, in the branches of which lurks a leopard. Lions prowl across dry grass near a couple of giraffes,
who prey on the local herbivores, like giraffe, zebra, and wildebeest. But having a common enemy, they do something remarkable. They can identify alarm calls made by other herbivores. When a warning is sounded, it's not just the zebra who respond. Their neighbors react too.
The wildebeest join the stampede. A herd of giraffe run across the grassland too.
So overhearing these warnings can literally be a lifesaver. And each of these herbivores have their own unique strategy to avoid danger. Giraffes are the world's tallest mammals.
They continue to run across the grassy plain.
Their towering 20-foot height provides a superb view over the vast plains. And together, they'll look out for danger. But despite their lofty vantage, more eyes on the ground can make all the difference. And that's why giraffes rely on one of nature's best early warning systems.
A little bird sits on a giraffe's back, nibbling its coat.
These are oxpeckers. These birds spend their days feeding on parasites, like ticks, found on the giraffe's skin. But they also offer another intriguing benefit. They act as watchmen.
A male lion is prowling nearby.
When danger approaches, they give off a rattling alarm call and often fly into the air. This early warning system gives the giraffe extra time to escape.
An adult giraffe quickens its pace and starts to run as a lioness moves in. The big cat is shown sprinting in slow motion through the grass. There are now 2 lionesses chasing their giant prey, but the giraffe slows as if it seems to realize that its hunters have slowed too. The giraffe walks away. The lionesses watch attentively and continue to prowl nearby. The giraffe rejoins its group by some leafy bushes.